everybody! Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be talking about cameras and Instagram. More specifically, Instagram husbands. So this video is not just specifically for men. This video is for anybody who works as an influencer, Instagrammer, YouTuber, blogger, or you're just somebody who likes to take really nice photos. But you have somebody in your life who is not the best at pictures. I personally am a photographer, so when it comes down to taking pictures for friends, when they're like, I want to go out, can you take a picture of me in this dress? Or we're at the beach or something, I'm like, okay, pass me the phone, pass me the camera, let's do this. So through all of my experience, I've come up with 11 really easy, really quick tips for you guys to help you take your photos from drab to fab. And these are some really great tips that anybody can use, whether you are using an iPhone, using an Olympus like this one, which is a micro 3/4 camera, we'll go through this later, or you're using a big DSLR like the one that I film on and take the majority of my pictures on. So my first tip is use every angle possible. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're gonna have to squat. Basically, if I'm standing in front of you and I want to take your picture and I'm holding out like this, that's not a very flattering angle for most people. Most people need either a slight lowering if you're taking them on an iPhone or a slight incline. So what I say is just squat a little bit, or just be willing to raise it up and down, left and right. Squats, get your workout in for the day, but find new angles, whether it means sitting on the floor just to get that one really perfect shot. I've done this, trust me, a million times, especially when I'm shooting for clients, where I had to get down really low to get that really nice elongated look for somebody. Or if I'm just thinking, oh, well, I want to not have this straightforward photo, but your pictures will look 10 times better if you experiment with a little bit with angles. So try it out. So tip number 2 is lighting is key. If you're outside shooting on a big DSLR, or if you're just shooting on an iPhone, my personal suggestion is to go out when it's overcast. A lot of times, especially in Atlanta, it is sunny, so you don't have this option. But if you live somewhere like London, or you live somewhere with a little bit more overcast, or more days that are a little bit more overcast, you can go outside and use that. It's like a giant softbox. The lights I'm using right now actually are 2 softbox lights because they do a really great job at just diffusing the light and sending it everywhere. So basically when you go outside, try and get that overcast look because it gives this kind of glow like what I have right now. So all the shadows are illuminated from any angle. So you won't really see shadows under my neck. You won't see them on my arms, under my arms. Everything's just if you're inside and you don't have a light and it's not overcast, my personal opinion is to try and go in the early morning or at the afternoon time. So probably anywhere time between about 7 o'clock in the morning to about 10, and 4 o'clock to about when the sun starts to go down. So in the morning, it's really nice because the sun's just coming up and you get this really gorgeous glow. And if you're going in the afternoon, you get the golden hour, which is what everyone always talks about. Oh my god, I want golden hour shots. Well, go in the afternoon. Going in the afternoon really gives another really good glow, and it kind of brings out fall colors. So especially if you're shooting around now or in the next couple of weeks, I definitely suggest going in the afternoon instead of going out in the morning. Going out in the middle of the day can produce some really harsh lights, so those don't really look very flattering on people. So try not to take pictures during about 11 to 3 because that's when the sun is highest in the sky, and you'll get some really harsh shadows and it won't look great. My thing is, don't use the flash if you don't have to. The flash is not a very helpful tool on 90% of people. It blows out every color and it just really isn't pretty, especially for people who have dark skin. Don't do it. Just stay away from flash. Just stay away from the flash, hon. Stay away from the flash. And people who have lighter skin as well, like flash just makes you go pale, like Casper's Friendly Ghost, kind of pale. So no matter who you are, stay away from the flash for lighting. Don't use it unless you really have to, and try not to use it on people, use it on products. My third tip is don't skimp on a good backdrop. I know you don't want to drive half an hour to that sunflower field or the lavender field just to get those really nice pictures, but trust me, when you do it and you have some really gorgeous shots, you won't be thinking about this later. My third tip is all about going outside and going out of your comfort zone. I know what I'm at Emory, I can just use my room, or I can go outside, or I can go to one of the buildings, and there's some pretty marble everywhere. But if I really want some really cool shots, I'll go downtown to 4th Ward or up the street to Decatur, and there's some really nice graffiti and colors and vibrancy. Don't skimp out on your setting and your backdrop, because your backdrop is part of what makes your photos pop. If you want a white backdrop, go find that one white wall in your city and you use it. If you want something with lots of colors, go find where people go and do graffiti. Go find those backdrops because they will make your photos amazing. Tip number 4, be prepared, take a lot of pictures. I know for clients personally, I take anywhere from 300 to 700 pictures per look, per outfit. You think that's not a lot? It's a lot. I know when I'm taking pictures on my friends' iPhones, you gotta scroll for a while. I just use the burst mode and I'm like, move. Be prepared to take a lot of pictures, because you don't want pictures that aren't great. You don't want like the 5 and you're just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't want that. You want something really fun and really vibrant, and you want options. You want things to choose from, because when you get home, you don't want to find out that the 3 pictures that you took are all blurry, because that's not cute. And especially when you blow them up, sometimes you don't think things are blurry, but they are. So definitely try and take a lot of pictures if you're an Instagram husband. I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to take the same picture of your girlfriend grabbing the brim of her hat, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do for love. Tip number 5, you gotta be ready at any moment. If your girlfriend's walking down the street and she sees, oh my god, there's a new Gucci bag, or there's the new wall mural, I want to take a picture in front of it, you gotta be ready. That doesn't mean necessarily you have to take your camera with you everywhere, but be ready at every single moment of the day to take a picture, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, in between work shifts, in between like that dinner date you just had. Be prepared to take a picture, because you're gonna do it, and it's gonna turn out great, and she's gonna be so happy. But be prepared and don't whine and don't complain. Tip number 6, this one's probably gonna be the longest tip. Equipment is key. Camera wise, I kind of classify cameras in 3 different manners: mobile phones, mirrorless cameras, and DSLRs. In terms of phones, I use an iPhone personally, but I have family members who also have Androids or the Google Pixel, things like that. Those are all your standard phone. Basically, use the best equipment that you can. Phones are great if you're on the go pictures, but they're not the best quality, especially with some types of Androids and some iPhones on the lower side. I know my 6 takes pretty decent photos, but it's not great. I'm waiting till the 8 comes out so I can get a new iPhone. But definitely try, and if you can, save up, get yourself a little mirrorless camera, or buy yourself a low range DSLR. So when you're moving into more mirrorless and DSLR cameras, some mirrorless cameras do have interchangeable lenses. I know the new, like the Sony A700, the Olympus pen, the Leica camera, I'll link all of these down below. They all have interchangeable lenses, and I have the Olympus. So basically what I can do is I can take off the lens and I can change it with a different one. The one I have is waiting for me at London Fashion Week. But so basically what you can do is change out the lenses if you want to take something really close, if you want to take something really far away, if you want something that has more of a zoom, or something that's a prime lens, you can use one of these. Mirrorless cameras are great because they fit in most bags. Like I know if I take the lens off of this, it'll fit into 90% of the bags I have, partially because I don't have really small bags. So these are kind of like the middle range for me. I know I don't really use this on a day-to-day basis. This is more of like a vlogging camera for me. But if you really want to take high quality pictures like the likes of Amisong, Kiara Farani, I definitely say get a DSLR. I personally use a Canon 70D with a 50mm 1.8 lens. I will link that down below because that was a lot of like words in about 2 seconds. It's basically a mid to high level DSLR camera and then a mid-range lens. The Canon's 50mm comes in 3 types. So the Canon lenses come in 3 different types. It's the 1.8, the 1.4, and the 1.2. I use the 1.4, which is the middle one. I think I might have said 1.8, but I use the 1.4. The 1.8 is the entry level. It retails at about $100. I bought my 1.4 off of eBay for about $150, $200. And the 1.2 is basically like a multi-$1,000 lens. The difference between the 1.4 and the 1.2 and the 1.8 is just the aperture. It's how much of that blurry background you get when you do anything. So if you want to do a lot of pictures and have that really nice blur in the background, get a lower aperture. But if you're not really that concerned, buy the cheapest lens you can. I definitely say look into secondhand lenses or things like eBay and buy your lenses, because especially if they're in good quality, I would definitely check out the seller before you do this. But check out the quality, check out the lens you want, and then buy it. And just make slow upgrades. Like I know I am looking to buy a new lens next year, sometime in the next year. And I'm also looking to buy a drone. I'm not going to go into drones. Drones are a whole different thing. But definitely look into how your equipment is set up. Because if you want really good photos with a really good blur, you got to do some research. The 70D is personally great for me because I like to do video and photography on this camera. So I can use it as a really great, like, it's a good starting camera. One day I might upgrade to the 5D Mark III, 5D Mark IV, or 5, whichever one is coming out. But that'll be way off in the future. I definitely suggest looking into those if you have the money for it. But definitely start at the 70D. I know I bought mine secondhand off of eBay for about $1,000. And that was just me working every day, nonstop, for all the winter break. And I just saved up and I did it. So if you really want this camera, save up, buy it. Having good equipment really goes a long way with your photos. So don't skimp out, do your research, it'll pay off in the long run. Number 7, use YouTube to your advantage. I don't really have a lot of photography tutorial videos on my channel, but people like Ben Brown, they have really great tutorials on how they edit their photos, how they take their photos, and they give you some really good perspective from photographers. I definitely say look into it, and there's a billion people on YouTube who suggest these, and I'll try in the thing up above, in like the little cards, I'll have some people linked. I'll just do like 2 of them who I use. But yes, definitely use YouTube courses, YouTube videos, playlists, whatever you want to call it, and find some people that you like. I'll try and put a playlist together in the next couple of days and put it up there. But use YouTube to your advantage. It'll teach you a lot more than I can in this quick video. But there are a lot of people who know exactly what they're doing. They'll teach you how to do angles. They'll teach you how to do portrait shots. They'll teach you how to set up a studio in your apartment, in your room. And it'll help you in the long run. So if you're an Instagram husband, be prepared to sit down for the next 3 hours. Grab a beer, grab a glass of water, grab some chips. Go on YouTube. So tip number 8 kind of goes with tip number 6, but this one has to do with zoom and focal length. So every time you zoom, you're diminishing the quality just a tiny bit. So I always say use the zoom wisely. And when you're thinking about zoom and you're buying a lens or you have a camera or you're thinking about taking pictures, think about the focal length and how far away you want to be. So right now I am filming on a 25 to 135 millimeter lens. It gives me enough space between me and the camera to kind of get the background, but also it's close enough to me that it's not blurry and my face is still in focus. So if you want something with that makes you have to be close up, I say buy a 50 millimeter lens. If you want something that lets you be really far away, get something with a really high focal length. The higher the focal length, the farther away you can be. Definitely look into doing that. Focal length is really important, especially if you're taking pictures on a phone. Phones don't really have a focal length, but definitely try and just move closer to your subject instead of moving farther away from them and then trying to zoom in. That doesn't work. Don't do that. Please don't do that. If you're using an iPhone or you're using a phone, period, do not sit there like this and zoom in. Move and then do it. Zoom will kill your photo quality. Just stay far away from it and don't do it. Trust me, don't do it. Just move. Just move, okay? Tip number 9 is shoot raw if you can. So raw photography is basically the best quality of camera you can take. These files are humongous, so I definitely say if you have a camera lens, or I definitely say if you have it, so these files are huge, so if you have a camera, I definitely suggest getting a memory card with a huge memory on it, because you don't want to be that person who's mid-shoot and you run out of memory. So raw photos are really helpful for people who are photographers or doing photos and need a lot of editing, because you can go in Photoshop and you can take all of those blemishes out. You can go into Lightroom and brighten everything up without having to worry about the quality diminishing as you move back and forth between apps. So definitely shoot raw if you can. The new iPhone shoots raw. I think one of the Android phones does as well, but definitely shoot raw if you can. It'll help you in the long run. You will not regret it. So tip number 10, get yourself one of these. This is an external hard drive. It will save you in the long run. This is the WD My Passport for Mac. I don't even remember how much this cost. I think it was about $100. It's a 1 terabyte external hard drive. I've been using this for about a year now. I actually cannot find my bigger one, which I need to find. I think somebody stole it actually. But definitely buy yourself one. It'll save you when you want to go back and find like old photos for a Throwback Thursday. And I basically just put all of my pictures on there when I'm done editing them. It's really quick, really easy, and I most times have this with me. This one is really small and really handy to have, so I definitely say have one of these in your repertoire. So my 11th and final tip is have patience and practice. So you are not going to want to sit outside for 20 minutes and take pictures with your girlfriend, and you're not going to want to like practice and get better, but trust me, as you try and as you keep trying and as you work a little bit harder, you will get so much better and you will take amazing photos. It's not easy learning how to do this. It's not easy learning what manual is, and it's not easy learning how all the different things go together. But by trying and trying and trying and being patient with yourself, being patient with whoever you're taking photos of, it will help everybody in the long run take amazing pictures, and you will learn so much in the process. You'll go to that family reunion and be the person who everyone wants to take pictures. That's my job. Yeah. But you'll be amazing at it, and it takes time, but just keep with it, stick to it, you'll be fine. You'll make it, and you'll take some amazing shots. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want, I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. Tell me any other tips you might have for people who are Instagram husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, etc. If you're a blogger, vlogger, or just somebody who likes to take nice pictures. Any other tips you have, drop them in the comments below. Or if you have any questions for me, let me know. And if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. It'll mean a lot to me, and it'll tell me that you guys would like this video. So I will see you guys on Sunday for a brand new vlog, and next Wednesday for a brand new video. Bye!